Hi guys, I recently purchased the CZ Scorpion Evo 3 S1 Carbine for the main purpose of shooting the pistol caliber carbine division in USPSA. I have to say it's a fun gun to shoot. I think it looks cool. I really like it a lot. However, there are two issues with this gun that I wanted to put on YouTube because I really haven't seen a whole lot about it. Most of the reviews out there are positive. But I don't think either one of them kind of highlight the two issues that I have with this in enough detail. So anyway, I'm going to put this out there. First of all, the gun is safety checked, bolts open, no magazine, and it's going to remain that way. So the first issue is going to be with the trigger. And now, if you look at any of the reviews out there, you'll see the trigger is a heavy 8, 9, 10, 11 pound trigger. And that's true. It is. I put about 300 rounds at the range through this gun, and my trigger finger was pretty sore at the end. This happens to be a world market release version with the welded trigger pack, and what they do is they put the screw in the bottom to mount the trigger pack. They drop a little collar on top of the screw, and they tack weld it on top so you can't remove the trigger pack. Well, you need to remove the trigger pack if you want to install the HB Industries reduced weight trigger spring kit. And you can go to CZ USA's website and you can get on a list to get your trigger pack swapped out. They'll just send this back and they send you one that's not welded if you want to wait, because there's apparently a waiting list for that. I didn't want to wait, so I decided I will just look on YouTube and see how much of a pain in the butt it is to drill that out. And according to YouTube, it wasn't a pain at all. I've seen a number of guys just go in there with a drill down the center, break that tack weld, pull the collar off, take the screw out, you're good to go. So that's what I tried to do. Unfortunately, I couldn't get that drill perfectly centered in there because the drill just wanted to walk, and I kind of got it offset a little bit. And I drilled, never could break the weld, and so I steadily increased the drill bit size to try to get more of that weld out. And I ended up drilling almost to the very bottom of the trigger pack into the metal that's threaded. I didn't get that far, but I felt like I was getting close, so I decided to stop and attack it from a different direction. So I ended up having to drill through the access hole with a 3mm hex key to remove the trigger pack screw, and drill down into the screw. That's a hex key, so that kind of formed a natural guide for the drill bit, and I drilled all the way down till I could just break that head off really easily, and then the trigger pack came out. So basically it ended up taking me about an hour and a half to do what I've seen people do in 10 minutes on YouTube, but that's kind of par for the course. So anyway, I just kind of want to put that out there, that it may not be as easy as all those videos showed on YouTube. But that being said, I put the trigger springs in here and I dropped this down to maybe 5.5 pounds. So I'm pretty happy with the way the trigger works now. The second issue I have with this particular gun is the safety. Now, the safety's got this little safety lever on this side, and it normally comes with one on this side. I took mine off and put the delete button on there, so it doesn't have this lever, because what happens is when you're shooting, that gun recoil makes this dig into your finger. Now, I didn't have that problem as much as I thought I was going to have, but since I had the delete key, I went ahead and put it on there anyway. That's the least of the issues with the safety, in my opinion. The other two issues with the safety, in my opinion, is the lever's not quite long enough for me. And in order to, if I'm starting at the low ready with the safety on and I bring the weapon up, I have to break my grip just a little bit to operate the safety, and I don't really like that at all. Maybe it's not that big a deal, but as I'm doing it initially, it just feels kind of awkward to me, and it could probably be solved with training, but I don't know that I really want to do that. but I'm going to investigate the aftermarket safety levers. I think there's at least 2 that I'm aware of, 2 companies that make aftermarket safety levers that may work better for me. But the main issue with the safety is in the way it operates. The force required to actuate that safety out of the box is ridiculous. Now normally you see this safety lever and it actuates a little rod and it's got a cam inside, and normally there'll be like a little spring detent that gives you that tactile feeling. Well, this one doesn't have a little spring detent. This has got a big metal hunk of metal that's part of the trigger pack housing, and that metal goes and rubs along that cam, and so when you flip the safety, you're actually having to, that cam is having to move the top of the metal housing out of the way, which caused a lot of pressure, which caused it to require a lot of pressure to actuate that safety. The way I solved that was when I took the trigger pack out, I just got a little file and kind of rounded over the metal that made contact with the cam lobe in there. And I'm going to put a picture right here that shows where I filed down and where I smoothed out. And that made all the difference in the world. It clicks fairly easily now, so I'm happy with that. So anyway, that's kind of all I wanted to say about this gun. I just want people to be aware that if you're looking on YouTube to get these items taken care of, it may not be quite as easy as you're led to believe on there. At least it wasn't for me, and that may just be me, but who knows. So anyway, I just want to put that out there, and other than that, I love the gun. It's fun to shoot. I've had no feeding issues, no issues with various hand load ammo, so that's it. Thanks.